Hi guys, Dr. Matt Tonis here. I wanted to just share with you a couple of the ways that we are overburdening the discs in the low back and why low back disc problems are becoming more and more prevalent in our society. So we are really meant to be upright and moving, most of the day, right? We should be getting a lot more walking, a lot more steps, a lot more movement. Instead, we've become a sitting-based society. And sitting is a very, very easy way to get sloppy with our actual core integrity in our body. So our low back is designed to have an arch in it. That's why a nice chair generally has a lumbar support to be able to support that arch in the low back. But when we sit, as a general rule, we tend to get sloppy with that and we let our low backs just arch. We don't maintain the arch in the low back and we let the low back just flatten into the chair. We need to do a better job at that when we drive our cars and when we're sitting. And when we maintain the arch in the lower back, it's the safest position for the low back, not just from a lifting perspective, but from an everyday perspective. So even when our parents used to tell us to lift with our legs and not our back, it's that same principle. When you arch your back and you bend forward, what you end up doing is you flatten the low back out and you lose that curve. And when you flatten it out, it doesn't actually serve you very well. So when you're sitting, one of the things you want to make sure is that you get your bum right to the back of the chair and you maintain the arch in the low back. Most people tend to let their low backs just flatten into the seat and they kind of sit like this. They don't purposely do it, but their shoulders are rounded forward and their body's just not in a mechanically advantageous position. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you've got that arch in the low back and you're keeping your body in an upright, good, linear position with great posture in it, okay? When you're lifting, you also want to make sure that you hinge your hips back and keep the arch in your low back instead of rounding your back and lifting like this. This is not a good position to have your body in repeatedly because it leaves you vulnerable. Hips back and arch, and that will help protect you so that your body's able to recruit and use those discs in a good, healthy way. That's one of the reasons why we have so many disc injuries in our society right now, is because we're using our low backs in very unnatural ways chronically. When we drive cars, sit at desks, watch television, sit at the kitchen table, we're just not maintaining postural integrity in that low back the way that we need to.